Holy cow. Work out there.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're just joining us, we're here live in SIR Studios in Nashville with Evanescence and some of their biggest fans. We just had the premiere of What You Want. You know, I wanted to ask, first of all, you know, I've heard the song a few times now.
Yeah.
The thing I like about it, and hopefully you guys can all talk about this, I'm glad you chose it as the first single because it doesn't sound like what you hear on, like, quote-unquote rock radio these days, which is a shame. So maybe can you talk about, first of all, that, but also why you sort of chose this to be the single?
I don't know. On one hand, like, we had a lot of songs that we all felt like we would like to be singles, but that was a really natural choice. It's kind of about coming back in some ways. I mean, in a lot of ways, actually, it's about the fans. It's about this Evanescence renaissance that we're having, you know, and I think it makes sense.
Lyrically, it's one of the ones that just fit, you know.
Sticks in your head. Yeah, remember me?
Surely. And do you remember sort of when you guys were writing this, do you remember being like a moment like, this is probably going to be single, first one out of the gate?
Instantly.
I think.
Did you really,
ever
like,
since
honestly?
it
Yeah.
happened, it was like, that's the one.
I tend to think that every time.
This is another single. Yeah.
Hey, every song we wrote, we're like, this is going to be his
This is
first
the
single.
one.
This is awesome.
It's amazing.
Yeah, we did think that.
Before there were even lyrics, we had the music going on, like the riff comes in and all that, and we're all sitting there listening back doing this. And then we look at each other like, wait,
Right.
got something going on here.
Right.
Yeah, you can tell.
Absolutely. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that we'll be taking your questions over Twitter using the hashtag EVMTV. We'll also be hearing some questions from the fans in the audience here. I also wanted to ask sort of another question about writing, you know, the song. You talked a little bit about many times this infamous pull quote of the song is fun and the fun, and I don't want to talk about that, but you know, you also mentioned the looseness of this, and you hear it when you're singing, but also in the play. I mean, this is like, you feel like this is a band that so you found the groove and then just kind of went with it. So can you talk about sort of just playing this in the studio, like writing it? Like, did you, being in that sort of moment and feeling that, did you feel that kind of, and was that different from sort of previous
The fun.
stuff? Yeah.
The energy.
Right.
I felt like that a lot when we were making this music. I think What You Want is probably the best example of the song on the record that feels like it's danceable. I mean, there's, you know,
be careful
like,
when you say that, though.
You know what I mean? Well, now that they can hear it, I don't feel bad saying that it's fun because they can judge for themselves. But I think, I don't know. I had a lot of moments where we're smiling, we're having a great time.
Yeah.
It bounces. You know, there's a good bounce to it. I think that's really cool.
I believe it's like in the pocket is the term. There's a lot
right.
of much time spent in the pocket.
Well, we had a lot of time to really. We worked right here.
Oh yeah.
This was where we did our pre-production right there on that stage,
Okay.
and wrote some of these songs and finished them up and worked on like What You Want, for example. We had the song, but to really play it in a live setting and sit down with Will and, you know, the guitars and everything and just really sit there and hammer it out like we were going to play it live, you know, before building all the other elements to it is part of, you know, what makes it great. I think getting the bounce in the right way, getting it in the pocket, you know, tempo-wise and everything else. It's like, okay, this feels good. Let's do this because it feels